Alright guys, today I'm coming at you from the back deck. It's a lovely, beautiful day outside. The breeze is coming through. Today's assignment is going to be for us to read, it's somewhat like an article called Cats or Dogs. We are going to be talking about the art of persuasion today. What it means to persuade. It means to convince somebody of your stance, or to convince somebody of something that you believe very strongly in. So we're going to read a short little article called Cats or Dogs. You can probably right now come up with that awesome inference about what this is going to be, because it says debate cats or dogs. So right now would probably be a good idea to think about it. What do I think this is going to be about? Oh, look at this lovely picture. We can use the picture. We have a dog-cat stare-off here. All right, let's get going. There's no question that Americans love both dogs and cats. About 48% of households in the U.S. own dogs and 38% own cats, according to the American Pet Products Association. But one thing many people can't seem to agree on is which animal makes a better pet. Cat lovers argue that their pets are easier to care for than dogs. They point out that cats are less of a nuisance to other people because they don't bark or jump on visitors. Also, it's cheaper to own a cat. Cat owners spend $300 to $800 less per year than dog owners do, according to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Dogs sometimes need training classes and eat more food than cats do. Visits to the vet also tend to cost more for dogs. Still, dog owners say the money they spend on their pets is well worth it. They argue that dogs are more social and affectionate than cats. Plus, scientists who studied the brains of both animals determined that dogs are smarter than cats. Dog lovers also point out that canines help people in ways that felines can't. For example, walking their pets helps dog owners stay active. And dogs can be trained as service pets for people who are disabled or have food allergies. Here's what two of our readers think. Cats. Cats don't need as much attention as dogs do. I'm going to pause right here, because when you're trying to convince somebody or persuade somebody of something, you need to come up with a statement that you feel strongly about. This is Michelle Boswell from Montana's statement. Cats don't need as much attention as dogs do. Obviously, she's going to try to persuade us or convince us that cats are better to own than dogs. So let me go ahead and read. I have both cats and dogs, but I'd rather own a cat any day. Dogs are noisy and make a mess. Dogs drool all over you and lick your face. Some chew up furniture and shoes. Cats are much quieter, and they're better companions. My cats are the perfect size for sitting on my lap, and they purr when I pet and cuddle them. It's also less of a hassle to take care of cats. They can stay home and use a litter box. Meanwhile, dogs need a sitter to take them outside constantly. Plus, when cats go to the bathroom, they cover it up. Dogs just leave it in the yard where it can get stepped on. Okay. So I'm going to talk about some good things that Michelle does here. Now, remember when we were just looking at some of the important things to do when you're trying to persuade somebody or convince somebody, is one of the things is to be confident. She is pretty confident when she comes out with this. She doesn't seem wishy-washy at all. She's like 100% cats is where it's at. I like cats and not dogs, okay? It makes sense. She says, everything she says in here makes sense. It's all things that you've seen before. You know, it's all things that you know. Dogs tend to go to the bathroom outside and just leave it where it is. Cats don't. Cats cover it up. Okay? She talks the entire time about how it's going to benefit her. Okay? Cats are quieter. They're better companions. They're perfect size for sitting on her lap. In other words, dogs aren't. Some dogs are big, too big. Now, what's really cool is she also does the fourth thing. She empathizes. So she actually tells you that she has cats and dogs. So what she's telling you is that if you're a dog person, she also has dogs, so she knows how you feel. So she does a really good job. This is very, very convincing. Michelle Boswell does an awesome job. Now let's see if the person that talks about dogs does a great job too. So this one's called Dogs. Now here's his statement. This is Logan, I guess you would say his last name, Gauss, from Illinois. Dogs care more about their owners than cats do. There are many reasons dogs are called man's best friend. They're playful and love their owners, and you can teach them cool tricks. Cats mostly just care about eating and taking naps. Plus, cat owners need to keep gross litter boxes in their homes. This is one, I'm sorry, I'm going to pause here because this is one of the reasons we don't have cats. But dogs can be house trained and mostly stick to a schedule for going outside. Also, from the smallest Chihuahua to the largest Great Dane, there are many more breeds of dogs than cats. Each breed has a different personality and level of playfulness. Finally, dogs can be service pets and even lifesavers. A cat isn't going to protect your home from burglars. So, he did a pretty good job. Okay, he was very, very confident. That's number one. So he was confident in his stance. Dogs, he is all about dogs. You can definitely tell. It makes sense. He talks about how much dogs can help. Okay, in many different situations, he talks about how dogs can help. Talks about how it will benefit me. Okay, I won't have to clean a litter box at all because they go to the bathroom outside. He didn't do that great of a job about being on my side. He didn't mention anything about having cats. So he was a little bit less persuasive than the previous person, Michelle. A little bit less persuasive than Michelle. However, is what I want you to do. Your assignment down here says, who makes better pets, cats or dogs? Write a persuasive letter to convince a friend or family member of your position. Will you include similar examples as the ones in the article, or do you have your own reasons why? So this is the first assignment that I want you to do. This can be fairly simple. It could be, when I say simple, I'm talking about you could do a half page or a full page letter to somebody. Now, what I would really want you to do is I really want you to move on with this. For those of you that are fast workers and those of you that would get this done very quickly, what I want you to do is come up with another persuasion or another thing to convince your parents of, or to convince me of, to convince your older brother or sister, aunt, uncle, grandparents, something that makes sense. So I want you to think of anything that you feel strongly about that you can convince somebody of. And I want you to come up with a few paragraphs. It could be a letter again, however you want to do it, but I want you to try to convince somebody of your stance. Now remember, these are the things that you're going to use. I'm going to come back to this. This says, persuade me, convince me of anything. Number one, make sure you're confident. Okay, you're taking up a stance and you have a positive attitude towards it, and you're not going to backtrack, and you're not going to give me any reason why it shouldn't be the case. You're going to be very confident. Number two, make sure it makes sense. Don't give me anything crazy, crazy off-the-wall ideas that aren't going to convince me that I should change my mind. Number three is really important. It says, make me think it will benefit me. This is something that a lot of you do, a lot of you in the past, when I've had you do something persuasive in class, you don't often think of how it's going to benefit me or the person you're trying to convince. So if you're trying to convince your parents that you should get the new gaming system, you need to think of a way that's going to benefit them, not just you. Number four, it says, be on my side and have empathy. So once again, we can go back to that. If it's your parents and you're trying to convince them, you can say, your parents can say, but it's real expensive and you already have this gaming system and you already have that. Well, then you can say, well, but have you ever thought about all the games that you might want to play on the gaming system? Or have you ever thought about all of the time that I can be on it on educational games and all these things that might benefit your parents as well? Okay, so think about that. Okay, guys, I'm going to do this. If you want to pause this, this is going to be the whole paper right here. This kind of help you out, give you any ideas. If you need any help, make sure to comment, make sure to email me, and I'm here, guys. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.